forum's open. We can just go back and forth and talk about certain news in there. But I want to talk about this cheating post.
Okay. Yeah. Whoever can put together the agenda. I'm still working on the video for tomorrow. So.
Yeah, that's fine. I got it. We just if you can just put the Patreon names in there or something, or just capture it.
Oh, I already did all that. The only thing I didn't do was the agenda.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll pull.
Everything else is done.
No, then we're fine. Then I can do the regular agenda and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Yeah. The only thing I didn't do was the agenda. Everything else.
You know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Padme and stuff like that.
Do be careful about what we say about EA and stuff, though.
They've gone a little too far this time, Finn. They really have.
Really? I don't know. I don't necessarily have any.
Well, yeah.
I have more of an issue with what they did with McMole than what they did with Bulldog.
What happened? So, which one got banned and which one got temporary?
Permaban was Bulldog, and McMole was 28-day ban.
See, I think that's just garbage.
Why?
Well, okay, so someone who is
You started the stream, right?
Yeah, we started the stream.
Yeah. Hi, people.
Hi, people. We're talking about what happened. So my viewpoint of it is this. If someone in the community tests something out with the intent of showing you that there's something intrinsically wrong with your game, they're not doing it for any kind of gain, exploitation, things of that nature. They're just doing it to show you that there's still some serious problems with your game that is still going on. And your response to that is to permanently ban them. And I find that intrinsically wrong. He didn't even have to report that he... See, here's the thing. He didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to say a word.
And
right?
In the eyes of a game developer, that would be better.
But...
So here's the thing, right? How many... So first off...
A permaban, Finn?
So I think it might have been too harsh, right? But I don't necessarily think it went too far. Now here's kind of my thinking on that. So let's look at it from the perspective of microtransaction first, because he's being brought up as to why he didn't get punished. He made a video about something in the game that was not working correctly, right? We point out bugs and stuff all the time because it's something in the game. We might play it normally and something is happening that isn't as intended, right? We're not doing anything to intentionally break the game. The game is already broken and we are pointing it out, right? That's essentially what a bug is. What Bulldog did was download a mod with the sole intent of breaking the game. Now, we know that there's cheating going on. I'm not saying that it isn't something that needs to be brought to CG's attention. And the other thing I don't know, right? So this is the other thing, it makes it hard for me to say one way or the other, is I do not know if Bulldog tried to contact CG. I don't know if Bulldog contacted them and said, this mod is working for the game. You're able to do all of these things. I tested it just to see if it was legit, and it is. And you guys need to put a stop to it. Or whether he was like, oh, this works, let me make a video on it like Microtransaction did, and then tried to get the views and basically never talk to CG. I don't know, right? So I don't want to, it's hard for me to talk about the penalty against him without knowing the full scope of things. Because it would be very different to me if he talked to CG and CG was doing nothing and then he decided to make the video. Right, because we did that with the 600. We tried to talk, and these are obviously at lesser scale, but we talked about the bug with the 600 over and over and over again, and then we basically made it like a campaign. A lot of people knew that the thing with the mods was going on. They hadn't done anything. Micro brought it up, and then they fixed it, right? So that in there lies the distinction for me and why I'm not so upset about Bulldog.
I am.
Because his was a third-party thing. It wasn't something in the game.
But it's intent.
It was a mod that he downloaded in order to break the game.
It's intent. What was his intent?
His intent was to see if he could cheat.
To show who? It was to show the public.
He was trying to show.
But right, he's trying to show. Right, yeah. But the problem is, CG has not been very transparent about any of this shit for the last. We've been talking about this shit for years.
Oh, so that's a separate issue, right? So that goes into a different issue, which is, does CG have the capability to stop cheating? That's a separate issue entirely. With you, I am with you 100%, right? CG has said that they're trying to stop the cheating. We've talked about it before, and actually in that video, Bulldog basically showed exactly what we talked about, right? Which is, if somebody wants to cheat, only the stupid ones cheat to the extreme. Most people will cheat just enough so they can win. They'll add just a few more speed or a few more offense or something like that, right? And that's how they cheat. And it's hard to catch those things. There's no way for them to catch it.
I'm fine. I understand that people are going to try to cheat, but the reaction to him, right? If he had never posted a video, they may never known he had cheated. So
they wouldn't have. They still can't find his alt account, as far as I know. They banned his main account, not his alt account.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they found his alt account yet.
So
that's how poor their cheating catching is.
Right. So I mean, they put the number in the thing, like we've increased 30%. I want to see where you're pulling that number from. You've decreased it by 30%. From where? From what? From what number? What was it before? How are you basing this number?
That's also, so part of that is also going to be bias, right? So if you look at it, and this is why I take those numbers that they give with a grain of salt, as Grande would say.
A grain of salt. Oh, God damn it.
If you are detecting a certain number of cheaters, let's say that your software sucks, right? And you're only detecting 10 cheaters a month. And now all of a sudden you're getting reports, up to 200 reports in a month, and 3 of them you managed to catch as actual cheaters from those 200 that your program wouldn't have caught. That's a 30% increase in how many cheaters you caught, right? So, but that doesn't explain it, because you had 200 extra reports of cheating, right? So I don't take any relative numbers at all from them. Mm-mm. All I know is that they found more cheaters. That's it. Because relative numbers without the facts behind it are 100% meaningless. Stats can be manipulated to mean whatever. But if you show the number of reports that have come in versus the number that you are finding with your whatever software and stuff you're using, right? And then you show how many you caught using just your new software, and you don't include what's coming in with the reports and stuff, maybe then you can actually create a number. That 30% is meaningless. I don't even delve into it. I mean, we can talk about it and basically say it's a useless number.
Yes.
It's a fluff number designed to make it seem like they're doing something without actually showing the evidence that they're doing something, because percentages mean zero. I mean, literally, here's a fun example for you, because it'll be fun poking fun at me. So if I don't go to the gym and I use the little 5-pound weights and I just have fun here, and then I go to the gym and I start curling 25, I can come back to you and it's like, holy crap, I gotten so much stronger just by working out at home. I was curling like 500% more weight than I did before. That's meaningless. It doesn't put anything into context. I only had a 5-pound weight at home. You see, like the relative numbers are useless without the background.
Yeah.
I mean, the 30% is.
I think we're gonna.
Is actually relatively worthless.
I think we're going to be on opposite ends in this one, which is fine. I think that I
think the penalty is too harsh, but I think he deserved a suspension.
Well, if they want to suspend him, fine. It's their game. I don't think he should have been suspended at all. The guy was doing what he was doing. I went and listened to the video. He's showing you that this is what you can do with it. This is what happens when you do it. You're not putting anything out there. We've got to inform the public. It seemed like he was informing the public.
Here's the biggest question, though, to your point, right? Here's the main question, which is probably why EA and CG, mainly EA, went to the degree that they did with the punishment. How many more people, as a result of that video, learned about a mod, which is a third-party thing? It's not a bug in the game. It's a third-party thing. How many people got exposed to a mod that they knew nothing about as a result of that video?
I don't care.
That's what they do care about. Because if there's a bunch of people that are looking for ways of cheating, and
it's
they're just looking for ways
hard.
of cheating in the game,
you can find anything on the
video,
internet. I mean, that's sorry.
Mod,
I mean,
that's also why they got McMole, because McMole also talked about the mod, but McMole actually did not mention. I don't think he mentioned the mod by name. He showed clips that were very vague from Bulldog's video, right? So all of that is what hurt McMole. He shouldn't have covered the mod aspect. He should have just talked about the banning of, or whatever Bulldog found. That Bulldog found that there's a way to cheat with the mod and leave it at that. But he started to show screenshots from Bulldog's video, which was pulled, so he should have known not to do that, but he showed clips from Bulldog's video and then got himself in trouble.
But see, I have a bigger problem with that. He's not doing anything. All he's doing is saying, this person said this, and this is what's going on.
McMole did not do anything. So with McMole, I think that the penalty went too far. McMole, I don't think should have been penalized nearly as much. I think a strike on his YouTube for content pull and leave it at that would have been fine. I would have been fine with that for McMole. Bulldog is a little bit of a different issue because he used a third-party thing in order to prove a point.
I'm of the mindset, I've always been of the mindset, a person is a person and their character is a character. Showing them how to cheat or not is not the thing. If someone wants to cheat, they're going to find it and know how to cheat. Just because you put out information out there, it may be that something that, like when Darth Micro did his thing, I had heard things, but I didn't know the specifics of until I saw it, right? He took the time. It really wasn't on my radar until he did it, right? It informed me. It was knowledge. Was I going to use it? No. But at least I knew about it, and I knew what to expect for someone who was using it. You know, this from this argument that, well, people are going to see it and cheat. People that are going to cheat regardless of whether they see this video or not. The thing is, the people that don't know anything about it, that can see this as, oh, that's how they're cheating.
Yeah, but now I know how to want to stop it if you could.
Stop what? Cheating?
The spread of that information.
Oh, Finn, information cannot be stopped.
Here's the simplest thing, okay? And this is going to an extreme, but it's a different realm entirely, right? But let's talk about all the stuff that's going on with all the war and all the Islamic extremists and all of that, right? They're putting videos on YouTube. They're putting videos on YouTube, right? They're trying to indoctrinate people over the internet.
Of course
Wouldn't
they are.
you want to stop those videos so that you can say the same thing, right? If somebody really
I'm freedom of speech.
Claim a jihad against the US, they'll find a way.
Up to once you there's a line you cross that for me, freedom of speech is freedom of speech. You can say all the nasty, hateful, stupid shit you want to say until that line crosses into hurting other people. When you're intentionally going out of your way to recruit people for murder, death, that kind of thing. So that
relates to normal society, right? Now we have to look at that same thing from the lens of a game. And those rules that you have for society, right, for a purpose of a game, is going to be your user agreement that you sign.
Where you can sign a user agreement, but I mean,
you're not allowed to promote in any way. Cheating,
but was he trying to break the terms of service for the purposes of
breaking the terms of service?
But what was the intent? There's a difference. You have to understand the intent of the person doing it. If he's doing it to cheat and gain an advantage and he gets caught, burn him.
He was 100% doing it to cheat because he actually used an account that was not his own because he thought it was going to get banned.
Right. He knew ahead of time that there would be consequences for doing it. But if he had never said anything, we wouldn't have known anything, and we wouldn't be aware of it, and we wouldn't be talking about the issue other than me and Grande bringing it up about APK hacking for the while. So his intent was, let me do this, find out how easy it is, cover the knowledge I can get from it, and put it out to the public so they can understand what it is.
If that was his intent, why did he go into details about which mod it was, how he adjusted the values, how he was able to do all those different things instead of just saying, I am aware of a mod that allows you
because he wants to show you
without saying he did it.
Because he wants to break down how it works.
Why do you need to break down how something that
because people that don't know about it that are looking at it now, if I said people are going to cheat, but people that don't know anything about it, like when I watch a video about detailed stuff about something I'm trying to learn, I want as much fact and information about it as possible so I know how it plays out. If I'm going to learn about someone how they cheat in cards or how they count cards in blackjack or anything, I'm not going to do it, but I'm still going to watch to see what are the tricks of the trade.
So you don't think it would suffice if he just made a video saying that there is a mod that allows you to alter a bunch of stats like the offense, the defense, the speed, the number of turns? He could talk about it all without putting a single, just like his audio version did, right? So he ended up putting up an audio only version that has not been pulled, right? Because there's no EA CG up there. So could he have not done that same thing without talking about the details of the mod, without talking about the exact
it's subjective. It's but you may think that he went too far in his eye trying to put out information to the public. again, it comes down to intent. What was the guy's intent? He wasn't sitting there.
That's where I come back to
because his intent, but his he may not.
If he
hold on. If he had done a video saying, if you want to learn how to cheat and how to be better at this game, here's how to do it. He didn't do that. He didn't put a video out there saying, these are the best ways how to cheat. His video was, this is a problem. This is what's going on. This is what you can do. You need to be aware of this. CG, in my opinion, is not doing enough. And this is how easy it is.
Don't
and just to prove,
and just do that in private before he took it public.
Well, I mean, CG is, let's be real, CG has not been very forthcoming or very good at communication with us as content creators and people that do stuff all the time.
They aren't, but they do respond to cheating.
They don't respond to cheating. I mean, let's be real, Finn. The EA forums and the stuff that goes on, the bugs, you know, how many times we've been told just on basic issues in the game where we've had people like, I can't get a hold of anybody. You know, and we're sitting there like, well, I don't know what you're doing. You just got to keep bothering them.
You've been around long enough that you know how to find somebody that can get a hold of.
I do, and you do, but Joe Schmo...
Bulldog can easily reach out to Arnold or Mobile or anybody else.
I'm sure he could have, but he made the choice. My viewpoint is he didn't have any intent here other than just to inform.
But is that really the case? So my concern...
I think it is the case.
If he didn't talk to CG, right? Was his intent to bring this up and try to make sure that people knew about it, or was his intent to get a YouTube video that got a bunch of hits just because Micro did the same thing with the mods issue?
I don't know, but I didn't find anything.
That's where my intent question lies, because
my intent is
whether
answered.
Whether or not he talked to CG first.
I don't care if he talked to CG first. If he felt that his best way to get through to CG is to make a video that brings the issue to light. Or I don't care whether he posted on Reddit or the forums or wherever he did it. He made a video, it doesn't matter. If he posted something, you know, if he was trying to hide it and be sneaky and doing all this other stuff, then he wouldn't have said anything. The fact that he put it out there, and he put it out there so we can know about it, that says something about the guy. Now, Grande's known Bulldog for a while. He's a good guy. So, but, you know, if there's some consequences, okay, there's some consequences. But CG went way too far with this, perma-banning his account for trying to show you. What he did was make CG look dumb. And that's the problem. CG's overreacting to something like this.
Okay, so you agree that the whole mod thing breaks the rules, right? So if somebody else besides...
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's without a doubt, if you want to be... letter of the law about this, it is absolutely a rules violation. You're not supposed to do it. However,
outside of Bulldog that uses this mod, it would be okay to ban their account.
Yes, if they're using the mod for the purposes of cheating.
That's fine. Okay, so Ouchie actually, so I'll give Ouchie credit because I saw her post in general earlier, and I'm gonna find it so I can give you and I'll kind of paraphrase here, and I'm sure she'll correct me, but she actually put a good analogy. So I'm curious what your thoughts are. So what he did was clearly against the rules, right? So if you have a store near you and you think that their security is lax, right? And you can shoplift and there's like a hole in a wall that nobody knows about that you can easily go and shoplift things. And you go in the first day and you shoplift and you take it out and nobody catches you. And the next day you go in there and you shoplift and you walk out the store again with all the stuff. Do you go to the manager and tell them that there's an issue with your security, that you can walk out that hole and you can get everything, people can just steal things from you? Or do you do it repeatedly, hope to get caught, and when you don't get caught, make a video and let everybody, hey, look, guys, there's a hole in the store. You guys can all you can all go in there and shoplift and take it away, knowing full well it's going to take them a while to do any kind of construction in order to.
Okay, here's the counter argument to that. In the military, when we do training, we're not looking for what we do right, we look for what we do wrong. Right? When we're trying to figure out what's broken, we have somebody outside come in and do something against us so we can learn from the mistakes. They're going to break the rules. They're going to do everything they can to do stuff that we're not expecting so we can figure out what's going on. And then they immediately tell us. It's not like this guy kept going into the store.
You said the key.
But no, I didn't. Let me finish. he broke the rules, but he didn't keep going back into the store and cheating. He did
Did it 2 months.
He did it 2 months to play it through and to have enough proof and evidence and to show all the
time wasn't enough to show that the mod works.
Then who are you to judge someone taking data down to say this is what they're trying to do? He came clean about it and showed his intent.
You're kidding, right?
Absolutely.
The mod that lets you modify it so you can have an entire battle without a turn.
Right.
You don't need data. The first time that works, you know the mod is successful.
But there's whatever his intent. I'm just saying he went in there. Again, you keep flying over the intent thing, Finn. Like, his intent was not to be the dumbass that's going back in the store over and over again stealing. He did it. He did it for a period of time over the GAC to show that this is happening. And what is CG doing? Here's how it works. This is how easy it is, and this is where it can be found at. If I was CG, I'd be kissing this guy and saying, "Oh, thank you for showing where this information is at."
I would have if he didn't make a video.
Why can't he make a video?
Came to me privately and
Why
said,
can't he make a video? Why can he not express himself about stuff he found that is wrong?
He is welcome to, but he openly admitted that he was cheating for 2 months. That same guy that was robbing the store for 2 months and then told the store that it was doing it and admitted that he was shoplifting is going to get arrested for shoplifting.
Absolutely. I'm not saying there aren't.
Because he was shoplifting for 2 months and didn't tell the store in that entire
But
time.
he's not. But Finn, you're trying to make it like he's a repeat offender.
He broke the rule. It's in the user.
All right, there's letter of the law and spirit of the law. If a pregnant woman's going down the highway because she's having a baby, she's going 100 miles an hour to get there. Cop pulls her over. Should she be arrested for speeding?
No, but that's an exception.
But there's no exceptions. It's either letter of the law or spirit of the law. Either you're going to follow the letter of the law and say, nope, she was speeding. No extenuating circumstances.
So you don't think there's the spirit of the law of trying to tell the store first before making it public that they have a gap in their security?
But here's the thing. There's more to this. So you're saying that he just did this. This has been a problem that we have been talking about for more than 2.5 years.
That's what I'm saying. That's a separate issue. CG's incompetence in terms of finding cheaters is a separate issue. I'm not denying that.
It's not. They're linked together. He felt he had to do something about it. Now, I can only speculate about his intent. From what I gather from the video and stuff, and from the fact that he put it out there in the forum, on YouTube, where everybody can see it. So I'm sure he knew there was going to be some consequences to this. I'm not arguing the consequences. I am arguing the consequences that CG took to the extreme of this and
EA,
banned
by the
him.
way, just for
EA banned him permanently, which I find ridiculous. The guy was not trying to gain some kind of advantage.
He wasn't trying to gain an advantage in the game. That I agree with you, because he said he lost the matches. He did all those kind of things, right? So he wasn't trying to...
Graham, calm the hell down. Me and Finn having a conversation. It was Jesus Christ.
So you're right that he wasn't trying to gain an advantage. He said he only won the matches, I think, whenever he knew he was going to lose the GAC. So he wasn't really trying to win anything. So I understand that. So I know he's not trying to win GAC as his intent. But what if his intent was outside of the game? Right? That's why, to me, the only question I need to know, and I haven't seen a response to this anywhere, is did he talk to CG before he made a public video? That, to me, determines intent. Because if you don't talk to somebody about an issue before it happens, that means your intent was never to fix it, but your intent...
But we don't know that. There's still stuff in the background. Again, there's stuff in the background on this we don't know. Maybe he tried to contact CG and they never responded. That's all I want to
know. That's why I'm saying I have no issue with what his punishment was, because I don't know the full scope of it.
So let's say that he did reach out. Let's say he did see the hole in the store and he did try to warn the manager and he did try to do everything he could.
Then my opinion would change.
But you're assuming that he didn't...
right now that changed.
So we don't know one way or the other.
To get a hold of CG. CG maybe blew him off. He was still seeing this as an issue, and he decided to make it public. That, to me, shows better intent than what it appears to be right now, which is why I'm saying it's okay as it is, because I don't know what it is. But it just made a video public about a hack without talking to CG about it. That shows to me, at least, that his intent was just to make a... That's what I see. So if your intent is to fix something, you talk to the person about it. You said it yourself in your training exercises, right? They tell you what your mistakes were.
Yeah, but they're breaking the rules and everything to do it. Should they follow the same rules that we do?
there's obviously those kind of exceptions with police officers going undercover and those kind of things. There's obviously those kind of exceptions. But this is not one of those.
I mean,
because if you're not reporting back what your incident is, you're letting it go on for 2 months.
Well, it's just like this.
That's different.
There's more stuff here that we don't know. All I'm saying is this is way over the top.
That's exactly my point. We don't know enough to know whether or not this punishment was too harsh or not.
But you're saying that you think that the punishment, you don't think the punishment
I'm okay with the punishment because I do not know the details. I cannot comment as to whether or not, unless I have...
Grim, shut the fuck up. If I say one more thing out of you, I swear to God, dude.
Grim. This is going to be a lively debate. But anyways, my only thing is I am in no position to say that EA went too far or did not. Because I do not know what Bulldog did behind the scenes before he made the video.
It stinks to high. It stinks to high heaven, and it also goes down another slippery slope. If EA doesn't like something that we do, they can get a video pulled.
Actually, yes, they've done that before to others.
They can do that, and I find that offensive. I didn't get my ass shot off for 10 years to have a fucking corporation tell me what I can and cannot say.
So, well, it's not what you can and cannot say. Well, I guess technically.
It is what I can and cannot say. I don't like what Ranger has to say. He's yelling and screaming again. Well, let's take down his video. Fuck you.
But that so that again goes into bad PR for EA, which is a whole separate thing.
Well, their track record on some of this stuff is ridiculous.
Oh, it is. EA customer service has always been awful. I'm not disagreeing with you there. My only thing is I think we need to be careful about saying that the punishment went too far or didn't go far enough because we don't know. We just don't know what Bulldog did before the video. And to me, that ends up being the key piece to all of this. Only right now, as far as I know, because I haven't seen anything from Bulldog.
I mean, if you're limited on what you can and cannot say, that's censorship. We can't talk about certain things about cheating, but this we can't?
No, actually, you can. So you can talk about all the cheating you want. Hell, you can make a video about the mod Breaking Galaxy of Heroes. But all of the Galaxy of Heroes footage is owned by EA. So if you
I understand that. I know. They can it's their property. They can do whatever they want, but
Heroes, can EA pull your video?
I think
right?
I know.
And that's what got him pulled and why I left the audio up because he just showed his Bulldog thing.
That's
you can
fine.
talk about it all you want, but the copyrighted stuff is actually the gameplay. So if you don't show the gameplay, you can make a whole video about the mod, how you can break into it. You can go into all the details, but you can't show EA footage.
Right.
Now,
I understand this their property, but this looks bad for them because this is straight
I'm not
censorship.
Saying it doesn't look good, but I'm just saying freedom of speech goes only to a certain point once you hit copyright, because they own the rights to all of the content that their game produces. So if you show it, then they actually can easily own the rights to it.
I mean, the guy, all he's doing is trying to just bring a light to an issue. It's what I take from it. He's not trying to gain.
I don't know whether that was.
Well, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because Grande speaks highly of the guy, and if Grande speaks highly of someone, then I'm going to take his word for it. And listening to the video and actually listening to what the guy said and just breaking it down, there was no intent to make a fortune off this.
I just wish he did not go into as many details about the mod.
Sure, maybe he could have cut certain things out and things of that nature, but he felt the need to express.
I think he went into too much detail, allowing somebody to copycat his cheating. I think that's what got him more in trouble than anything else. It wasn't the pointing out of the hack. It was the fact that he went into so much detail, allowing somebody else to watch the video and replicate it. That's what got him in trouble.
Well,
he went into
if that's the case, then I want to see EA and CG's policy about all the forums that have all these up, what they're doing about it. Because he pulled it from sites. Now, I want to see EA and CG's policy about what they're doing against these forums and sites that have this information in places that you can
can't do anything on other people's sites. Because I said you can make a video about the mod all you want. They can't touch it. They cannot touch a video about hacking into your game. The only thing they can control is if you put an image from the game into your video. Then you now have copyrighted information by EA in your video. that gives them the leverage in order to
listen.
do it.
They have the right to do whatever they want. This is their game, and if that's the way they want to handle things, then they're pieces of shit.
I don't think so. I think we're talking about two separate things here.
No,
so,
this is all.
Well, no. Here's what I'm saying.
It may be separate for you, but it's not separate for me.
Well, no. Even with this one case, I think it's two separate things. One, is the punishment fitting for what Bulldog did? To me, I'm gonna just say it's fine because I don't know the details. I don't know what happened behind the scenes.
I think it's, and I'm on the opposite end. I think it's ridiculous.
Well, so that goes to the second part, which is, does the punishment look good for EA? And with that, I'm going to say it doesn't. Because Bulldog has never done anything else like this, right? And I think that goes more into the character. Not necessarily the intent, but just the character of the person as to, does the punishment fit the crime? Yeah, if somebody's using a mod and hacking, and it wasn't trying to make it better or something or other.
Yeah, if they had done like a 2-week ban or something and said, hey...
But does this look good for EA? No, because you see a player who is trying to point out some kind of hacking. He, in all honesty, he did it in the worst way possible. I really wish he had somebody else look at it in order to tell him, like, this is way too much information. You probably need to cut that down. For something of this level, I really wish he had another set of eyes on the video. But
well, you and I both know that YouTube content creators don't have that luxury.
If you're doing something this bad where you know that you're gonna get in trouble to the point where you're using somebody else's account, that's kind of a problem.
I mean, I've never gone to an APK site. I've never done a hack, and I found his video fascinating because I was like, God damn, that's what that does? Jesus. Oh, Lord. I was sitting there going, wow. I didn't realize it to that extent this is what it did. I heard some things and seen some things.
We talked about it on the stream. You can change the entire stat of a character with an APK hack because everything is done client side, meaning that it's all on your computer where you're running all of these battles and stuff, and the servers are only picking up like the after effects, meaning what are the results and those kind of things. So for APK hacking, you can do a lot with this. APK hacking can ruin the game, and that's what we talked about, right? Any kind of tournament style thing, if you don't have good security, it's gonna be bad. And really, all they need, I don't know why they don't do it. They really just need a way in order to just get a replay. I don't know why they.
I don't know either. There's a lot of stuff.
Separate
that I don't
issue,
know.
But yeah. So
I mean. There's a lot of stuff they could be doing to be more transparent about this. I mean, we know it's out there. Christ, I can go Google this shit right now and find it. Any person with some kind of semblance can find any kind of cheat code hacks and use them. It's not hard.
Bimasu, that is the question that I have too. That's why I want to know whether or not he talked to CG first. Because the question is whether or not he did it. It's not that he was trying to cheat in the game. But the question is whether or not he was trying to get views or whether or not he was really trying to make a difference. And if he was trying to make a difference in the game, he should have talked to CG first. And that's why I want to know that. Because if CG then ignored him and then he was like, well, this is still happening. They're not doing anything. They're still not catching my ult. Something isn't working here. Let me bring light to it. That is definitely better for me.
And what if his intent was to show that CG's quote-unquote net is not working?
Yeah, but you can talk to them privately. That's what I'm saying. That to me, the biggest question is whether or not he talked to CG before making that video. Because
according to CG, they have led to 30% increase in volume of cheaters.
Well, no, but that's just from people reporting. That's basically what they said.
Let's just be real. If EA and CG didn't have to say a damn word about it, they wouldn't.
Oh,
the only reason this has been brought up is because people like Darth Micro and people like Bulldog and McMull had the balls to say something.
Well, more so with Bulldog. I don't know what exactly McMull was doing, but
I think he was talking about it. I mean, McMull's always been an opinionated guy and stuff like that.
I know. I mean, he also shouldn't have showed clips from a pulled video. That was also kind of silly on his part. But yeah. So to me, the only question is whether or not he talked to CG beforehand, and that's more to do with public opinion more so than the rule, right? Because he still broke the terms, so he has to unfortunately he's at the mercy of EA when he does that. And so if you do that, you're at the mercy of EA. hoping that they're not going to ban you. And EA has not been forgiving in these cases.
I know, but I mean, if a guy, I don't know, if someone told me something was wrong and then showed me the evidence and showing that this was how they were able to do it, I'm not going to punish them. My thing is, yeah, you brought this to me to show me that this was happening. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want them to show you privately if it was something wrong with something of yours, rather than broadcasting it to everybody?
Sure, that would be the best way to go. I mean, but some people do it publicly, some do it privately. You know, I mean.
Well, when you do it publicly, right, that goes now into intent. If it's something, and again, it's hard to see it in like a personal situation. Like, what benefit does somebody have from publicly outing you about something, right? So it's a little different there. But you know what the benefit is for making a YouTube video.
I mean, there's always consequences for posting something that's controversial, right?
Right, but you know what the benefit is. The benefit is that you get viewers.
You could get viewers, but if you understand the consequences, yeah, you may start getting some viewers, but you could face repercussions from the company and other things. This is what happened. So he had to have known that.
Yeah, but he obviously didn't think it was going to go this far, because he was doing it on an alt account, thinking just that alt account was going to.
I mean, do we really think the
end user agreement is actually for the end user?
I know, but he's been doing this for a while. He's been doing videos for a bit, and he's not like he's new to the game or anything like that. He made a conscious choice to say something, and I don't think the guy had any ulterior motives or anything like that. I mean, this was a controversial thing to do, and I give him props for putting his head on the chopping block to bring it up to light, because I am more knowledgeable now about what the APK and shit is doing, right? Listening to the things that he was able to teach me, I was like, I learned a lot, you know? I can't fault the guy for giving me some knowledge that I didn't have beforehand and exposing me to just how nasty this cheating is and can be, and how it can be hidden up. You know, where you just use a little bit and stuff. I mean, to me, that's where I look at it, right? You know, if he was doing it to say, if you want to win GAC and you want to, you know, take advantage and blah, 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 then yeah, fry the turd. You know, if you're doing that to show people that you're...
So that's where I have the problem with how much detail he went into. Because you can kind of, you know, do as I do, not as I say type thing, or do as I say, not as I do. Like, when you go into that much detail, you're asking for people to replicate what you're doing.
Well, I'm sure, yeah, but that goes into other people's character. If I put out the video saying, hey, so-and-so cheated, this is how they did it, and then you go out and cheat, fuck you, you're a cheater. You have the moral choice as a human being to make that kind of decision. That's not on the person that showed you how to do it. That's just about your character and about how you do it. Just because someone puts a video out about how to cheat doesn't mean you have to go cheat.
No, but I think it also shows the character of the person if they don't try to stop something, if they'd rather just make a video showing how you break a rule. Because otherwise that's what he did, right? He basically, if he didn't talk to CG in private, then all he did was make a video showing how to break a rule. That's what it comes down to.
But why was he doing it? What was the intent there? And see, and from what I'm gathering from the intent of the video, with the consequences he was facing, he's just trying to put the information out there. He's not.
So I am with you only if you talk to CG in private. If you didn't talk to CG in private,
I don't care if he didn't talk to CG in private. If he felt, who are you and me to tell him how he should go about expressing himself on something that he finds?
You know who we are? We're people that know that that's against the rule, and EA can block you and ban you.
Just because the company makes the rule doesn't mean that the rule is correct. Now, in this case, I will say this. There are rules for a reason. You have to have a boundary of what is right and what is wrong for the game. And I don't have a problem with that. But it can't be just letter of the law. There has to be an understanding of what this person was trying to do. There's a difference between someone using this and trying to get benefits from it, like people that cheat. You know, to try to get crystals and things of that nature. As someone that puts out a video saying, this is what I found and that CG is not catching. Because it really made CG look bad. The guy was able for 2 months to use this and nothing was said. And if he had said
it 100% made him look bad. I'm not saying that it didn't. But he could have made the same points without going into details about the mods. He could say there is a mod out there that allows you to do these kind of things. And I know firsthand that it can happen and CG doesn't catch it.
But, you know, the letter of the law can say so. But then you have to interpret it and say, was this person intent to break this TOS or was it to do something else? Right?
It was to break the TOS. That's why he used an alt account.
I know, but why did he break the TOS? I don't care what the goddamn TOS says. I can see what the TOS says. I want to know what the person's intent by breaking the TOS was. Was it to gain a competitive advantage and gain something from it? If it was, then he should be burned.
I think if he didn't talk to CG in private, what he stood to gain was YouTube views.
Possibly.
That's why my biggest question is whether or not he talked to CG first. Because
so let's say he did talk to CG first.
Society, if you know something is wrong with someone, you talk to them first. And then, if you can't make it right, then you go public and you try to make a stink about it to try and get something changed. That's normal kind of logical progression of trying to get a change.
Sure, but I mean, let's say he's been on the forums and he's been talking about this in other videos saying that this is a problem. And CG's ignoring it.
But maybe they didn't know it was this particular mod. Maybe there's something with this mod in particular that lets them trace it back. And so they can now figure it out. That's what I'm saying. We don't know enough, and I don't want to be out there saying, "Yeah, he doesn't deserve this kind of punishment." When later on we figure out that he was using it on his regular account too.
I don't know. I think it's an overreach. I think it's ridiculous.
I think it's bad PR for them. For EA, I think it's bad PR. But from the perspective of the punishment, with what we know right now, I don't see an issue with it because we don't know everything.
Oh, it's the issue is on them. If they want to take this kind of ridiculous action against somebody, fine. It looks stupid. I mean, a person that is done nothing but provide positive commentary to showing your game free of charge, which is what YouTube content creators do. We take the game and highlight it for other people to see that gets them interested in the game. A first-time offense is a permaban.
It can be in extreme circumstances, and unfortunately, Bulldog said he was cheating for 2 months. He kind of started to do himself in by giving so much details.
I don't know. It's silly. I just think that a permaban for this is retarded. It's just flat out retarded. I mean,
if their concern is that more people are going to be using this mod now, right? And if he gets some benefit out of it, YouTube hits or whatever, right? If he gets benefit out of this, then that more people are gonna, if some small time YouTubers are gonna make a video about cheating just to get the hits, and think they could keep on playing if they do it on an alt account.
As I said.
So at some point they do have to set a precedent, saying like, I know that you were doing this maybe in good intention, but you were actively promoting a mod which is breaking our terms of service and making a video about it.
Oh, wow.
And if we let you off lightly, what is to stop the next person promoting the next mod and the next mod and the next mod? And so this can slow that down. Now the next person is going to think twice before making a video or even covering a video about a video regarding those kind of mods.
Be careful what you say. You might get censored.
Yeah. If you're breaking a terms of service, then you might get censored.
That's all right. Then I would make another video and drop F-bombs all over their ass, and I'd get lots of support.
If they strike you on YouTube, you get blocked.
Well, then I'll go somewhere else. There's lots of ways to get your message out.
I'm just letting you know. Like,
if EA ever pulled some shit like that with me, the hell that I would ring to them. And I'm talking publications and all kinds of stuff. Because there'll be one damn thing. If you don't like my opinion,
wouldn't be the first one, and EA doesn't care. EA has done so many.
I know, and that's the thing I hate too. Just because you're a corporation, you think you can allow what people say and don't say.
Well, they can't stop what you say or don't say. You just can't use their content.
Well, yeah, but now they're going into other platforms to ban stuff. It's one of those things where
they can only ban you if you use their content in the video. Like, if you don't show any Galaxy of Heroes stuff, if you don't show any Star Wars stuff. We do that. We have it on our stream and everything. We have a Vader couple plenty, so it's not like we're not going to be possibly struck or something. But what I'm saying is, as long as you don't show any of that, then there's nothing they can do, which is why Bulldog's audio version of the exact same stuff managed to go through, because they have nothing that they can make a claim on. You're allowed to talk about hacking all you want, just don't use the EA stuff. But if you admit to cheating, then you have admitted then to breaking the user agreement, and EA has the option of banning you in game, not necessarily anything they can do to your YouTube video if you're not using their content. But if you admit to cheating, which is what he did, because he said he was basically cheating for for 2 months, then EA has the option to ban you.
I think they did it because they made them look stupid. I don't think it has anything to do with it.
So in terms of PR from EA, this was awful because that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like EA was doing this in order to prevent, because they look stupid from their security perspective. And that is exactly what it looks like. So from the EA perspective, I think it was really stupid to punish him this much. From actuality, in terms of what he did, does the punishment fit? Yeah. Would I have punished him this much? Probably not, because it looks awful.
It looks really
bad.
bad.
I think McMole maybe should have got a week ban, maybe. And Bulldog maybe should have got the 28-day ban.
Yeah.
I think that would have been the better solution. Even forgetting everything about intent, because if his intent really was to help and CG was ignoring him and he was trying to do all this, I would say Bulldog would even be a week. But even because I don't know that, I would say Bulldog at 28 days would be fine, and McMole maybe even nothing, because he was just covering a video of a video. He really shouldn't have, but he didn't really do anything that awful.
I mean, what happens when we're going to talk about this? What if CG doesn't want us to talk about it, period, Finn, and they ban us?
They actually could.
Well, then they're going to have hell to pay. I'm not someone they want to go against.
I'm just telling you, it's there. So I'm sure right now EA is watching all Galaxy of Heroes videos.
Well, they can, but ridiculous.
This one is unlisted, so you guys kind of get a sneak peek, hopefully, at something. But I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know how much.
See what happens when you're a VIP. You get the cool stuff.
I don't know how much I want to go into it, to be honest.
I don't care if they have the right to, Ouchie, is to do that. Should they? Just because I have the right to do something doesn't mean I should do it.
If he didn't, so to me, if he didn't talk to CG, then I'm fine with the punishment. If he did talk to CG, I would go considerably less, but I don't think that the punishment looks good for EA. So as EA, I wouldn't have punished him this much anyways.
Yeah, it's one of those slippery slopes. I mean, I'm just saying, Ouchie, I didn't fight.
We're not going to win a fight against EA, Ranger. You can try and bring hell all you want. EA already has ripped it as the worst customer service of any gaming company.
Oh, no, I'm just going to cost them money, man. I'll call in every favor that people owe me. And, hell, I get my mom involved. She's brought down corporations before. So it's not like I'm not unfamiliar with this. I mean, you want to talk about bad press. You're not going to censor us. If I state an opinion, deal with it.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the actual hacking itself.
Oh no, we're not talking about that. Fuck that shit. I'm not bringing that shit up. I barely have enough tactical knowledge to bring that up anyway. All right, where's everybody else? No tits, no grande.
She should be on soon. Grande was on Metaverse yesterday, so it was all. Sorry, I had to make that comment. Yeah. Our intro, by the way, is enough for us to give EA an option there to pull our video.
They can pull the video if they want. I'll make another video with just me and my face. Come at them.
Well, if they strike us, then we get blocked from.
We have plenty of strikes, Finn, because we're a good channel.
I know. We don't have any right now.
Everyone's trying to guess what the C word is.
That sounds about right. So a whole chat of C words. So I'll give you guys a little. I forgot to ask you. Do you have the Hoth couple video?
I do not, I believe. Let me look real quick.
Check, because we need that.
Oh, fuck.
I mentioned it. I actually tagged.
Well, you're supposed to. But you're supposed to remind me. God damn it.
I know, but we got into a discussion about things.
Well, it's your fault.
It should be one of the
It
commercials.
should be,
sent
I
you.
know. I'm looking. What's the name of it? The Hoth couple.
It should be the Hoth couple.
The Hoth couple. Okay. The Hoth couple. RSG commercial. Was it? Did it say RSG commercial on it?
It might be RSG movie trailer.
Ah.
Here, you found it?
No, I'm looking for it. Give me a second. I downloaded a whole bunch of. Well, that's Wells Fargo. It's Wells Fargo.
Let me see what I called it. I called it Hoth Couple Movie, I think, in the file I uploaded. If not, I'm going to put a link right now in Fin stuff that you can click and download.
I don't have time.
No, it'll take like 2 seconds to download. It's only like a 10 megabyte video.
I had to flip over everything, Finn. How can you know that's on it? Django Fett intro, Hoth content. ACS.
So really quick for you guys, the reason I'm asking Ranger, I'm gonna put a link in the chat if you guys want to watch it before the.
Hoth couple? Where is it? RSG Revan Kit Revan. No, that's not it. Ah, shit.
You don't have it?
No.
Okay. Well, the link is in Fin stuff. It's a 10 megabyte. It'll take like seconds to download.
Well, with this computer, it will.
So let me get you guys the link here really quick. If you guys haven't seen it, this is kind of an old thing here. There we go. Okay, so I put it in the chat. So the Hoth couple is one of our older kind of commercial type things. It was actually a movie trailer based on a comment by Crazy Excuses. You guys can watch that kind of in between as we're flipping over. But for tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm working on it now, so it should be ready. 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on our channel, assuming we don't get pulled by EA and blocked. I'm going to set up a video premiere for the first time on our channel, and it's actually going to be a new movie trailer by RSG. So that'll be tomorrow for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. So tomorrow, 8 o'clock, RSG movie premiere. It'll be our second one.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. What's up?
Okay. You want to play it one time on the stream before we head off?
Oh, for God's sakes.
Play it for the peoples.
Are you sick of having to go to the bathroom all the time?
Oh, because I did the wrong one.
Veers and Snowtrooper, that's where you get your crit chance and your crit damage.
I gotta flip over.
So they're like
yeah.
this cute little couple.
I know.
This Hoth
We'll
couple.
play it and then we'll flip over.
What is the C word?
Cheat.
Oh. I was thinking something else.
I know.
Old Ranger J 1999 thinks there. Should I need alcohol too? God damn it, Finn. I'm gonna go get something to drink.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one for now. So we'll see you guys over in the regular stream here in a little bit. Take care, guys.